that are always happening within without. What's this song about that starts with a single breath? Give it all you can. Leave it rest. So we can all testify. Wow. The ways that people gesture, the different patterns of sound waves that we create, the different languages that are spoken in the cultures that we don't choose to be born into, but we are. The recognition of the importance of how stress is placed, how the bones in one's hand are flexed, how one trains one's eye muscles. These are all aspects of life that contribute to or detract from these fundamental lessons with gravity. Period. There's nothing else to be said about them except that at their base, we are trying to perfect our relationship to gravity. Nothing more, nothing less. In all facets of like we didn't choose where and to whom we were born. We don't choose. What am I trying to say? I was going to make a comparison between the opportunities that are afforded based on our genes and geography. We didn't choose to have these privileges. I guess that's really what I want to say. What I want to kind of point out that. I'm trying to mirror what I do when I play with my right hand. It's just a specific type of finger sequence that coincides What are you looking at? Close your eyes. What does it feel like? you're looking down like this at your hand, remember you got to look up. So look up in the opposite direction, kind of diagonally. So it's a great bilateral way to activate your brain and your cerebrum, all of those. There's so many different sectors to the brain. The medulla oblongata, the brainstem, the cerebellum, the cortex, the visual cortex, the motor strip, the prefrontal cortex, all, and the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland. I mean, these are all conglomerations of atoms that are formed into different types of structures that respond to very specific commands that are generated by our sensory system that activate these very specific metabolic chemical synthesis processes. We need to recognize our power to initiate that. This man is a huge inspiration. I think uThrones correspond and fit right in with his notion of human beings having a royal potential. We are all sovereign in ourselves, in our bodies, and that's the beauty of the economic and the governance system that we were born into. We have gone from feudalism to animalism to tribalism, and we've gone to monarchies, and we've gone to these extranational forms of government that are imposed with technology that is confusing and requires us to change our lives or be subjugated. God, humanity has endured so much, and it's starting to be recorded. It's starting to be documented. And that's so essential for generating a body of knowledge that one can refer back to. Even simple little runs, even just playing a note Even just getting your fingers aware that, oh, there's a easily adaptable way for me to just kind of experiment with these unique combinations of muscle contractions that are specific and nuanced, just like switch hitting in baseball. There is a need to have physiological balance internally and externally, neurological balance, which comes from the physical experience of balance that influences the centered and aligned arrangement of all of these different structures and how they're stimulated, and the sequencing of that. This is something that we all get to discover. We all get to discover the ways in which curves can fit and curves can be points of opposition. Curves can be traced and they can be resisted. And you have that continuum of conformity to ultra rigid resistance. Both are different relationships with gravity. Both are for the purpose of strengthening or healing. See, anytime I'm doing that, I'm trying to generate as much force as I can upwards. Does you hear that? That's caused because I'm now resting. And that sector in which the air was trapped, the gas was trapped, could be expanded, and that bubble could move up higher. And it could be popped. Whoa. See, these elements of the body they're not esoteric to the point of people's people's inability to understand their purpose or to understand the wording that I use to describe them, or to describe these meditations, or to describe these breath exercises. Balance something, then lose your balance with it. Find something in your environment, connect with it, and then disconnect with it. Push down on it. Then push up with the opposite muscles, just like this. Even if it doesn't move, it's something. There's some amount of force that has gone into activating and awakening all of those atrophied, unused muscles or less used muscles. Everything that I do, every movement, every position,